Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. Alright, so Limit Super Battle Road, something like that. This character could potentially be decent in. So I did give them like a real build. Let me get them to Link level 10, and we could test out Teen Trunks and Teen Goten. Alright guys, so we are here in an event with the Trunks and Goten. Now, I was informed by Diddy that I am too harsh on Teen Trunks and Teen Goten. So, let's see if that is actually the case. Now, going into this, my assessment of this character is that they'll be useful in that they are on some really sort of like not great rosters on teams, right? You know, something like Fuse Fighters, Fusion, Time Limit, Superheroes itself, Sibling Bond, Join Forces, right? Bond of Friendship. There aren't a lot of categories that I like to see options added to it for sure, right? So, like, that is good. I think that, you know, with Burst Mode being a thing, you know, just characters getting added to a bunch of different categories, and then also potentially having abilities on their super attack effects like Trunks and Goten have right here. They seal on their super attack. It could make them valuable for a Burst Mode, for sure. JP's second Burst Mode's about to end, so I think a new one will probably take its place sometime in January. You know, perhaps some of these characters could be very useful, right? That's very true. But this is exactly the type of character that is destined to be dog shit and not really be able to help you very much outside of, again, a Burst Mode. You know, maybe if we need to use STR Fuse Fighters for an EZA, or just shit like that, right? Like, this is not going to be like a mainline character because they're not really doing anything besides damage and I think just like raw defense. That is not how you design one of these banner characters. This type of character cannot compete with the major Dokkan Fest exclusives and LRs in terms of damage. Do you think that this unit is going to compete with Gamma 2 in terms of damage? The answer is no. No, they are not. So they need to give us a reason to use this character. Either defense, utility, support. Something like that. This character does none of that. So, let's see. So they change. They get 10% attack and defense when performing a super attack per superhero category allying the team. We are, of course, on a full superhero category team. So we're getting, what, 70% attack and defense from that buff. It's not capped. So that means it's going to be a 70% attack and offensive buff. Now, actually, their links real quick. They link up fairly well with Gohan here. Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage. Why the hell does Gohan not have Saiyan Lineage? No one understands. They have Innocence, Shocking Speed, Infighter, Tough as Nails, and Fierce Battle is their link set right there. So I guess they do link up good with Gohan. That's good. All right, so they're going to get another 100% attack and defense with 3 key spheres obtained. Then 50% defense and high chance to crit with 5 key spheres obtained. And then another 50% attack and a great chance of launching an additional super with 7 key spheres obtained. Not a normal that could be a super, though. It's just a 70% chance of an additional super. So with 7 orbs, they're getting, what, another 200% attack and defense, a high chance to crit, and then they get the additional super attack. But, I mean, again, you guys know what I'm going to say. It's just like they're just doing, like, damage. Like, that's not, I don't know. All right, so let's go ahead and grab this. What is our stats right here? We're at 120k defense. So let's go ahead and hit this. Boom. All right, now let's see how much they jump up right here. So now they're at 198k. Now, they are still going to get their buff on super attack, which is with superhero allies, and they're getting the 30% from their actual super attack effect. Sure, but I don't, it's just not enough. I don't, like, even on this rotation, I don't see this character. We're getting support from Gamma 1. Remember, Gamma 1 is giving us defensive support. Maybe against, like, the Metal Cooler Core, could they double-digit tank as normals? Maybe. Like, if we triple super, sure. So, all right, let's see the damage we'll get out of Trunks and Goten right here. Again, remember, we're going to do our first super attack. Then they have a 70% chance of an additional super, and then we can do our hidden potential system super as well. 4.73. I think the animation looks great, though. An incredible super attack animation. I do enjoy that quite a bit. We did... No, we didn't! Oh my god. Alright. We didn't get an additional super. Cool. Very, very pog right there. Alright, well, yeah, again, you want it to be guaranteed additional with a 70% chance of being a super, not 70% chance to do an additional super, right? Like, you guys get it. That sucks balls, dude. Come on, they're first, third. Diddy, you know, I'm pointing towards my watch. I mean, we don't have a lot of time for them to show me something. So far, looks like I was correct. They suck balls. Just saying. We could Gamma 2 next to them wouldn't be the worst, because Gamma 2 would give them attack support and also activate the Innocence. So we do want to keep that in mind. We'll do, you know, we'll do a couple of runs here. See if Trunks and Goten could get us, like, some decent stats. Alright, so here we are in this rotation. Again, we're going to be linking up very well. I can have this Rage Trunks actually super attack first. That'll give us a little bit of attack support between Trunks' passive and from his super attack effect. So maybe we could jump up a little bit above a 5 million attack set this time. That would be nice, right? If you could... You guys think a 5 million attack set is super good? Like, is that worth running a character these days? 5 million attack stats? Like, do you guys see, like, someone post an attack set on Twitter of 5 million, you guys are like, oh my god, dude, they're a real hitter. No. No. Super? Okay. We did get an additional super. That's good. Remember, they could do another one as well. We could get the Hidden Potential System super after that. But, like, that's it. That's this character, right? I do think Pan is good, but I think Pan could have been better as well, right? Pan, I just don't think Pan is good enough. They gave her a 50% chance to crit when they could have given her defensive ability. Like, Pan is definitely solid, runnable in every stage in the game, right? 60% chance to dodge and 50% support on very relevant units. So she's good, but, like, they could have even made her better, right? Piccolo is a monster W. Gohan, I think, is a huge L. Trunks and Goten are even bigger L. And then Pan is just good. Let's do more runs. I'm gonna go ahead and get the Makankan Sampo in here, because I think we could potentially get the KO screen right here, which is, you know, let's get it. Thanks, man. Thanks for the KO screen, Gohan. Alright. Alright, guys. Now, one major issue that certainly could pop up with this character, right? I mean, you guys follow me this. So it's like, if we get them in, like, a good, you know, sort of, like, maxed out situation, you know, like, they can get to, like, a 5 million attack set, they could do additionals, they could have a 50% chance to crit, yada, yada, yada. But that's with perfect orbs. Now, if we do that with this character, I mean, let's say we're here trying to win. We would give all these orbs to Gohan. We would not be worrying about Trunks and Goten. Like, the only thing I don't understand, like, so they link up fairly well with Gohan. They're on Gohan's banner. Like, could we make the guess that they dropped this unit to help Gohan? I mean, sure, but if this unit was going to help Gohan, they wouldn't need orbs as well. Gohan is notorious for struggling with ki, right? Like, you need to work hard to get Gohan his 24 ki so that he can be as impressive as he should be as a Dokkan Fest LR. But that clashes with this Trunks and Goten, which they create the orbs, but they want them too. This is exactly why orb changing, besides rainbow orb changing, sucks cock and shouldn't even be in... No character should create orbs besides rainbow orbs. If they created rainbow orbs, they could be able to get orbs and Gohan could get orbs too. In my experience, rainbow orb changing is so powerful that oftentimes, like, multiple characters on rotation can get a huge amount of orbs, right? Like, you know, Dokkan Fest Kid Goku, you know, Tech God Goku. Like, we've seen this. Rainbow Orb changing is ridiculously uber powerful. Why have Trunks and Goten create type orbs? That doesn't make a ton of sense to me. It's like, if it was to help Gohan, they link well with Gohan, they create orbs, cool, but then both Gohan and Trunks and Goten want the orbs. And then at that point, you're not giving Trunks and Goten the orbs, you're giving it to Gohan, right? Who's way more important. So, again, this unit, like, their design sucks. This is a terrible character, I think. My initial assessment of this unit, Trunks and Goten, I was not wrong. Like, I was on the money. This character is not great. We're at 200k here, sure, right? Again, they're going to get the 70% when they do a super attack, then they're getting 30% from their super attack effects, but that's not really enough. For this Trunks and Goten to really be useful, I think if you could keep them the same, right? But make them a Rainbow Orb changer, and they give 50% support. And I think, okay, now we're gaming, right? Like, sure. But they're not doing that, right? Like, if they were, sure. But that's not actually what they're doing. I think that, you know, you need to give us a reason to run these banner units. Let's look at the good banner units, right? Yajirobe. Why do we run him? Yajirobe gives multiple turn support. You get Yajirobe in slot 3, and he's supporting the next 3 rotations. A literal god. And he has an active skill heal. Why do we run Android 8? Because he is literally the Juggernaut. An impenetrable, like, wall that can't be touched, Android 8. Why do we run STR Piccolo? He's supporting. He has guard. He has damage reduction, right? Like, those are the good banner units. Pan is decent. She's solid, right? I don't want to go too crazy with Pan, like, oh my god, she's so busted or something like that. But, like, Pan, I think Pan is very good. I certainly would take Pan over Trunks and Giru, over the Tech Gohan and Krillin who suck ass, right? Like I'll take Pan, right? At least they gave her the 50% support, and then they did give her usable defensive utility with a 60% chance to dodge, although I wish it was better. Right, so this is a very good rotation for Trunks and Goten. I'm curious, though. Super good rotation for them. What happens if I do this? Let's just do this. Let's get 1 orb. We'll do probably, like, another run after this, just, you know, kind of get them wanked with support and stuff like that, but I'm just curious what they look like when we get 1 orb right here. And they get up to 4 million. They're still 4 million. I mean, this is a very good turn, right? With Pan, and then Gamma 2 is giving attack support as well. All right, I want to do, I think, like, pretty much this exact turn, except I just want to get Trunks and Goten their 7 orbs. I don't know, man. I'm not, like... This unit is just a fumble, right? Like, that's it. You know... Pan and Trunks and Goten, they both have goddamn Saiyan lineage, and, like, Gohan doesn't. Alright, what do you guys think? If we did the Makankan Sampo again, could I get the KO screen this time? Well, yes, we definitely can, because we have 2. Alright, let's get the KO screen here, man. This time, don't fumble, Gohan. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and nail these next 2 turns right here. I should add that Trunks and Goten, of course, are on a 200% leader skill right here. They have a couple. Remember that they were added to Battle of Fate. They were added to Battle of Fate. Orange Piccolo was, and B/Ultimate Gohan were, because they fight Cell Max. Pan is not on Battle of Fate because she doesn't participate in the battle against Cell Max. But there we are right there, Battle of Fate. So what that does is that puts Trunks and Goten on LR Vegeta and Trunks' leader skill, if we'd want to run them there, but, we wouldn't. Don't worry. Don't worry. We will not be using them on Trunks and Vegeta's team. No need for concern there. Yeah, I'm going to run them on that team, which has every option in the world available to us. In 2 turns, we're going to get the rotation I want. We could have Rage Trunks super attack first. His support, plus a little bit of extra support buff. Then we'll get Trunks and Goten with their 7 orbs. We got Pan, so we'll sort of see what they'll be able to do. Again, not to be overly Mr. Negative Nancy, I'm so harsh, I'm nitpicking every unit, blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry, this Trunks and Goten, they're just not what we need to see from a banner unit, for sure, right? Like, it's definitely not what we're looking for. They gotta make them... You need a purpose to the character. They need to give us a reason to run them, and I truly believe that they did not with the Trunks and Goten. All right, now we have to get 7 orbs. We don't have 7 orbs right there, but I did come prepared. We're going to make sure to get our 7 orbs for them. Oh, that is still not 7. All right, now let's do this. This should be 7 right here, right? No. No, it is not. Okay, one more. Now we got 7 orbs, man. Okay, so they're going to go from 146k to what? I mean, dude, like... This unit needs something else. Like, maybe they could have nuked as well, right? Like, on top of everything else they did, maybe they got, like, 10% attack and defense per key sphere or something. I just don't, like, they're not giving him enough. Like, it's just not enough care was put into this character. It's just like the Worldwide Download Celebration. Piccolo is a god, but 6.57 we get to. 70% chance of an additional super, and we could still get the Hidden Potential System additional super as well. So that's... basically what they've got to offer us right there. We did get the additional 6.91, a very heavily wanked situation, but, I mean, do you think that's good? I guess at least they do have the 50% chance to crit from their passive as well, so, I mean, they are hitting above that number still, but it's just, they could be hitting above that number, but they're not matching the big guns, right? It's like, we're on the superhero team, like, let's look at the roster. Are we running them, or are we running Orange Piccolo on the team? Are we running them, or are we running Vegeta and Trunks on the team? Are we running them, or Tech God Goku? Are we running them, or the LR Gods? Like, maybe some people would say, well, that's not fair to Trunks and Goten. It is? Do you know that Trunks and Goten have the same rate to pull as the LR Gods? Because they do. And L has the same name as the future Trunks that fights Mecha Frieza, right? So, again, this is... Here, let me just... I'm going to switch over real fast. So, look at this, right? Again, this is Trunks Teen and Goten Teen. And then Trunks Teen looks like this. So, if we would get another, like, Teen Trunks... You know, currently the manga... the Dragon Ball Super manga is kind of doing, like, a prequel to Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Like, if we would get a Trunks from that manga arc... He would be competing with this right here. I just think that's so stupid. Future Trunks and present Trunks and GT Trunks should all have different names. GT Trunks does. Future Trunks doesn't have a different name from present Trunks, which is just not ideal, I would say. So, starting over. Okay, this is Desire for New Fights, Trunks Teen and Goten Teen. Leader Skills, Bond of Friendship, category key 330% of stats. Their super attack is Fusion, which raises attack and defense by 30% for 1 turn. They do supreme damage to the enemy, and then they seal enemy super attack. The seal is good. I do really like burst mode, and now I think that's good for burst mode, battlefield, as well as super battle mode. Sealing can be helpful there. Their passive skill, Heroes Helpers. They randomly change AGL key spheres to key spheres of another type. I've already talked about it in this video. I can't stand that. They should just be a rainbow orb changer. Turning one colored key sphere into another type of colored key sphere is not great. Creating rainbow key spheres is far superior. They get 100% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then they get 10% attack and defense when performing a super attack per superhero's category ally on the team. Then they get 100% attack and defense with 3 key spheres. They get 50% defense and a high chance to crit with 5 key spheres. It's a 50% chance to crit. Then they get 50% attack and a great chance of launching an additional super attack with 7 or more key spheres. Great chance, of course, is a 70% chance. So it's like with key spheres, they'll get 200% attack and defense, 50% chance to crit, 70% chance to additional super, and it's just not good enough. because their damage is not going to compete with the LR Gods, Vegeta and Trunks, Final Form Cooler, right? Like any, like sort of like good summonable character that came out. I'm sorry, you know, some people are going to want to cope, right? But like these banner units, like these are units coming out with the same summon rates as the LRs, man. You have the same chance of pulling LR Ultimate Gohan as you do Trunks and Goten on the same banner. Just making them damage and a little bit of like raw defense does not equate to a unit you're going to run ever. So their links, besides like burst mode and stuff like that, right? Their links are Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Innocence, Shocking Speed, Infighter, Tough as Nails, and Fierce Battle. 12 Q multiplier, oh, it's 145%, a bit high. 140% is the typical number here. Okay, not bad. And then finally, this is where we can, like, sort of jump into the value of the character. By the way, on the Dokkan Wiki, they haven't added that the character is on Battle of Fate yet. Because remember, in the initial Twitter reveal, they were not on Battle of Fate, but then they were added to Battle of Fate later, right? So one of the huge strengths of this character is the teams they're on. Not necessarily that they're on a ton of teams. They are on a good amount of teams. But they're on teams that need help, so that is good. They're on, of course, the new superheroes category. I think it's a pretty good category that has definitely a lot of potential for growth, for sure. They're also over here on the Bond of Friendship category team right here. That's Pan's team. They're also over here on the Joined Forces. No, excuse me, this is Fusion. This is the Fusion category team. I mean, this is... Look, dude, look at this. This is why, like... You know, it's like, I'll say, like, we're ready for more fusions. People go, nuh-uh. Look at this. Right? Like, this is, you know, the start of 2020. This is LR 5th Anniversary Blue Gogeta right here. We really haven't had that many. I want a bunch of more fusion units. I hope 8th Anniversary is all fusion. Every unit that comes out is fusion character, I'm hoping. Then we have the Movie Hero category. Of course, the strongest category in the game, I think, currently. They're also over here on the Sibling Bond team, which is good. Again, I guess it's counting. Since Bra is technically born, they're counting Trunks as Sibling Bond, which is awesome. What is this? This is Time Limit. They're on the Time Limit category team right here. They're also over here on the Fused Fighter team. Beautiful to get more options here. Awesome that Orange Piccolo is on. Oh my god. Dude, the Fused Fighter team, massive buff now. Because we could run Orange Piccolo and STR Piccolo as a rotation on Fused Fighter. Huge buff to that team. Oh my god. Then, of course, they're on the Bond of Parent and Child category team as well. Then over here, they are on the Warriors Raised on Earth category. This is, of course, his Dokkan Fest Yamcha's category team. And then finally, again, they were added to Battle of Fate, which is good. Also gives them the 200% leader skill from LR, Vegeta, and Trunks. One category that they're not on anymore is Gifted Warriors, huh? They're not good enough to make it onto the Gifted Warriors team? That's interesting. I don't know. I guess all of a sudden their potential is gone now that they're not children and they're teens instead. Who knows? Who knows, right? So, let me know what you guys think of this Goten and Trunks. I do think that this character is not really too impressive. Again, unless there's going to be like a burst mode centered around Time Limit or something like that. Probably not going to get the most value out of this character. These banner units, these are not the characters to make like, oh, they're doing damage and they're critting and stuff. Nah, man. No, 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 no.